What hasn't been successful offensively is the Minnesota Vikings, Chase. It has not gone well with J.J. McCarthy of late. It has been a rough watch for a team that has, what do you think, one of the top 3 wide receiver duos in all of football?
Yes.
I can think of, Rams, Dallas, Philly.
They're top 5 for sure.
Cincinnati, top 5 for sure, in Jordan Addison and Justin Jefferson. But we see J.J. McCarthy go out there, and I'd love to see, I know you've watched the film, your take on the way that he has played. It goes 12 of 19 for 87 yards. 0 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, 5 sacks, a 34 quarterback rating. They had 4 yards in the second half.
I did not know that.
That's difficult to do. That's hard. That's hard to do. What is not working when you look at it from just a film standpoint with J.J. McCarthy?
Everything.
Okay. Next question, Chase.
The next question. Well, James, what's that? Give that crazy stat. Do you have that crazy stat that I don't even know what this means, but it just is really the EPA?
I think it was EPA per dropback.
77.
I think it was. I got it right here.
So yeah,
here we go. EPA per dropback. He ranks 870th out of 813 quarterbacks with 150 passes since 2005. So that's EPA per dropback.
And I don't even know what that, I don't know how they do that, but it's just not good. Like, are you adding points per, I don't know, all that. That's just sort of the stat wise of it, and just let you put into context just how difficult it's been for JJ to get going. And I think what we're looking at, James, is a quarterback, for whatever reason, that is just not playing up to maybe his ability. I think it's a confidence thing. I think it's a mechanics thing. I think it's a little bit of everything. And it's so hard to put your finger on one thing. But what I do know is that this was pretty much the same roster offensively. Other than they added $60-70 million in help on their offensive line.
And D-line, the trenches.
And
they
D-line,
built the trenches.
They built them up. And I don't know what their record is, but it's not good. And they were able to play like they were with Sam Darnold last year. And they didn't offer Sam Darnold. They offered Daniel Jones. And look what Daniel Jones is doing. They didn't offer Aaron Rodgers. J.J. McCarthy was their guy and their pick. And the question is, for me, how much longer is this going to go on? How much longer is the leash? Because Kevin O'Connell, love him, friend of the show. How much time is he going to spend trying to get this guy ready? Or do they cut the? It's probably a little too early to cut the string, right? Because you drafted him, you put a lot of stuff in him. He's going to be the starter probably the rest of the year. But the rest of the year, like, they're probably out of the playoffs. You're playing for another chance. And I think there's just, the game is moving too fast for him right now.
Okay. We knew, and you mentioned friend of the show, and Diana spent time with him during training camp, and we talked to people around the league. They knew it was going to be an up and down 2025 with J.J. McCarthy. He lost his rookie season. Not just that he didn't play because Sam Darnold was there. He didn't take any snaps. He didn't go on the field. He was in the meeting rooms. That's fine. But they knew he needed reps. And then he has the ankle injury this year. And then that takes him off the field, and he loses these reps. What I'm most interested in is, we have seen time and time again from KOC the ability to limit those maybe monster moments, those throws where you got to make a throw, kind of limit that, and maybe have those opportunities where you say to your quarterback, okay, here is where I need you to make a play, and try to set them up to succeed. He's one of the best in football at it. If he's doing that for J.J. McCarthy, does that make this even more difficult of an evaluation because you have somebody who's running it that has a track record for setting their quarterbacks up to succeed? Does that make your evaluation, when you just said, like, when do you start thinking about 2026 and possibly a different quarterback because of the track record of the head coach?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it is. And Kevin, KOC wants us to work no matter what, because he's the one who picked them, and they're all this stuff, right? There's all that other stuff outside of the film. But when you turn on the film, James, there's stuff open. There's stuff open, and he just has been inaccurate. And I don't know the completion percentage yesterday, but I think almost every single game he hasn't completed more than like 56% of his passes other than one. And so the accuracy thing, you can coach that and you can teach that, but at the end of the day, it just looks like the mechanics are so far. Maybe they have this intervention with them.
Are these mechanics fixable?
They are fixable, but it's very simple stuff. And he didn't do this at Michigan, and I think he's just feeling the pressure, and he's just the back foot's up a lot. All this different stuff. The mechanics for sure are fixable. It's just how fast can they be fixed? And you can only really evaluate that when the bullets are flying and the game's live, and it just hasn't gone well right now.
Yeah, I'm curious, too, if these are fixable in season. Are these big projects that need to be fixed in terms of mechanics in your off season, right?
Yeah, it's the off season.
And so that makes it even more complicated.